Good morning students. I welcome you all once again in our science class. Now in the previous class we had discussed about nutrition in animals. I had told you what is nutrition, and I had also discussed about the 5 steps of nutrition. The nutrition involved 5 steps. The first step was ingestion. After that there was digestion, then absorption, assimilation, and then egestion. And I had also told you about all these steps, what happens in these steps. Now I will be discussing about nutrition in human digestive system. I will be dealing with this. Okay. Now firstly I want to discuss that what is nutrition, how nutrition happens in humans. What happens when we take in food? As usual, obviously we all need food, isn't it? Without eating food we can't stay here, we can't be alive. So food is very much necessary for us because it provides us with energy, and energy is required for all the vital functions in our body. So when we take in food, what happens? Where does it go? When we take in food, it goes to our this system. This is the digestive system. When we take in food in our mouth, then from the mouth it moves here to the oral cavity, that is the buccal cavity. Then from the buccal cavity it moves downwards. Can you see this pipe-like structure? This pipe-like structure is the esophagus. Okay? This is esophagus. Okay? This pipe-like structure. So when the food is coming in our mouth, in the oral cavity, that is the buccal cavity, here digestion occurs. What type of digestion here occurs? What happens here? We are having teeth here. The teeth, what does the teeth do? It breaks the food into small particles. Okay. Then I will be discussing it with later also. Then what happens after digestion over here? After the mastication of food, after the cutting of the food here, what happens? This food, the food which is getting swallowed over here, it will be moving downwards to the esophagus. Then after the esophagus, it will be moving to the stomach. In stomach also digestion is occurring. Okay. Then from the stomach it will be moving to the small intestine and then large intestine. After the large intestine there is rectum and then anus. Okay. At last we are having anus. So this is, I want to say that this is the alimentary canal. Means it is also called the food tract. Okay. The digestive tract, this is the food canal, this is the digestive tract, this is the alimentary canal. All the three are the same. Okay. It is through this alimentary canal that the food is getting digested one by one in each step. It is getting digested and it is moving downwards. Okay. So
Action.
So this alimentary canal, it is a coiled tube-like structure and it is having 7 organs. What are the 7 organs? What are the 7 parts? They are mouth or the buccal cavity. Then after that the esophagus. After that stomach. After the stomach there is small intestine. This is the small intestine. And after small intestine there is large intestine. After large intestine there comes rectum and then anus. So these are the 7 organs. 7 organs which is involved in alimentary canal. So then the time comes for the brief discussion on glands. Now in this we are having some glands also which are also responsible for digestion. The glands are this liver, firstly the salivary gland, okay, which is found in our buccal cavity. There is salivary gland, then second is the liver, and third one is the pancreas. Now these 3 glands are also responsible for digestion. They secrete the digestive juices, and these digestive juices which are secreted by these glands, the salivary gland, the liver and pancreas, the digestive juices, they readily help in the digestion of the complex food which we take in. Okay, they help in the digestion of the complex food into the simpler form, and we all know that it is very much necessary to convert it into the simpler form, isn't it? So these digestive juices, they convert they break the they break the food particles into the simpler forms. Okay, so now we can say what is digestive system. The alimentary canal along with the glands which are associated in the digestion process is known as the digestive system. Digestive system. So if anyone asks what is digestive system? Digestive system means it involves the alimentary canal, this alimentary canal plus the glands which are associated. Okay, so this is what happens in digestive system. Now we are taking in food. Okay, we are taking in food with the help of hand. Okay, with the help of hand we are taking in food into our mouth. What happens in mouth? Okay, we will be discussing about one by one. Okay, we will be discussing about each step. Okay, what happens in mouth? When we take in food, we are having gland. The name of the gland which is found in our buccal cavity is the salivary gland. Okay, there are 3 glands found in our mouth. 3 glands are found in our mouth. Okay, there is salivary gland. There are 3 pairs of salivary gland in our mouth. So in our mouth, what are we having for digestion purpose? What do we have? Teeth, there is tongue, as well as the 3 pairs of salivary gland. Now what happens when we take in food? Then this food is getting broken into small pieces by our teeth, isn't it? Whatever food you eat, what happens then? You break that food with the help of your teeth, isn't it? Then after breaking that food, we are having saliva in our mouth. Okay, now these salivary glands, they produce the saliva, they produce the enzyme also. The enzyme's name of the enzyme is amylase. This amylase enzyme amylase helps in digestion of the food. Now what is digested in our mouth? The food which we have taken in, that food, it is having starch. Then that starch will be getting broken into glucose by the help of the enzyme amylase, which is secreted from the salivary gland, the 3 pairs of salivary gland. I hope you all have understood. Okay, I will be repeating here. In our mouth, we are having the teeth, tongue, as well as the 3 pairs of salivary glands. So what happens when we take in food? First the food is broken down into small pieces. Okay, then after getting broken down, we are having saliva. The saliva is produced by the gland. Okay, the gland also produces the amylase. Okay, so this amylase, with the help of saliva, there is what happens then? The amylase with saliva as well as the food particles, the broken food particles, they mix with each other, isn't it? When we chew the food, chewing of food is also called mastication of food. I have left this topic. The chewing of food with the help of teeth, that is, the other name for it is mastication. So what happens? The food which is broken, that is getting chewed up. Okay, and then what happens? This amylase along with saliva and the food particles, they mix with each other and they form bolus, that we call as bolus. All the 3 are now, they are accumulated. Okay, and after getting accumulated, it is called bolus. That bolus is then swallowed into our alimentary canal. It moves down our alimentary canal. Where is it moving? It will be moving downwards to the esophagus. It will be moving through the esophagus, and slowly this we call as the esophagus, the food canal, and slowly it will be moving downwards to the stomach. Now before talking about esophagus and stomach, let me be here only. in our mouth cavity, in our buccal cavity. What happens in the buccal cavity? Now in our buccal cavity we are having the teeth. Let us talk about the types of teeth. Let us talk about the functions of each type of teeth. We all know that there are 32 sets of teeth in adult human beings, isn't it? Now we will be discussing about the 4 types of teeth one by one. Okay? Now these types of teeth, whatever the types are, I will be discussing right now. These are according to the structure and function. Now there are 4 types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Incisor, this is incisor. Where is it found? These are the front teeth. Okay. This is canine. These are the pointed teeth. Premolar, these are after the incisor. By the side of incisor there is canine, and after the canine there are premolars. Okay, and after that premolar, here we are having the molars. Okay. Now how many incisors are there? Firstly, let me tell you that our teeth, where are they located? They are located in our jaws. There are 2 jaws, upper and lower, isn't it? Now in these jaws, the incisors, canine, premolar, molars are being fixed. They are fixed. How many incisors are there? Incisors are the front teeth. They are 4 in the upper jaw, 4 in the lower jaw. Okay, this is the upper one, this is the lower one. 4 in the upper jaw, 4 in the lower jaw. How many canines are present? Canines are 1, 2 and 2. Yes, canines are 2 in the upper jaw, 2 in the lower jaw. Right by the side of incisors we are having canines, both the sides, on both the sides. Okay. Then premolars are 3. Okay, 3 upper and 3 lower. And how many molars are there? There are 6 molars in both the jaws, upper as well as in the lower one. Okay, I'll repeat: incisors 4 and 4, upper and lower 4. By the side of incisors we are having the canines. Two canines are here in the lower and in the upper as well as in the lower. Then there are 3 premolars. By the side of canine we are having the premolars, 3 and 3 on both the jaws, and by the side of the premolars we have the molars, 6 and 6. Now this arrangement of teeth is, how many teeth are present then? When you will be adding all these, this is 8, this is 4, this is 6, this is 6, and this is how much? 12. So when you add these, how many teeth you are getting? 12 plus 6 is 18, 22 and 8 is 22 and 8 is how much? When we add all these teeth, okay, when we add, how much we get? We get 30. But do we have 30 sets of teeth? No, we are having 32. So here, how many I want to say that here we are having 4 premolars in each jaw. Okay, so here we are getting 8. That time I had written 3, that was not correct. Okay, so now we are having 32. Got it? So 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 premolars, 6 molars. Okay, now these 32 sets of teeth is where is it found? In adult humans. In adult human beings there are 32 sets of teeth. Now have you all heard about the wisdom teeth? Wisdom teeth, they also appear after the age of 18, 19, 20, isn't it? Okay, so what happens? This wisdom teeth here, molars, we are having 6. A person who is not having wisdom teeth, at that time he used to have how many molars in each jaw? 4 and 4. Got it? 4 and 4. 4 in the upper jaw, 4 in the lower jaw. Now when he is growing, okay, when he is young and now he is growing, at that time the wisdom teeth appears. Now when this wisdom teeth appears, how many wisdom teeth is appearing in both the jaws? 2 and here 2. First previously he was having 4 and 4. Now he is having the wisdom teeth. So 2 wisdom teeth here in the upper jaw, 2 wisdom teeth in the lower jaw. In both the jaws he is having 2 wisdom teeth. So as a result, now he is having 6 and here 6. So now he has become adult. The adult human being is having 32 sets of teeth. Understood? I hope you all have understood now. Now let's deal with the functions. Now what is the function of incisor? Incisor is the front teeth. What is it doing? It is helping in cutting and biting the food. Canines, what is the function of canine? Canine is used for tearing the flesh. Especially the carnivorous animals, they are having well developed canines because they have to tear the flesh of the animals. Okay. Then premolar is used for what? Premolars as well as the molars. Both of them are used for mashing the food. Mixing the food, mashing the food, grinding the food. Like for example, what the mixer grinders are doing, they are just mixing and grinding. In the same way, the premolars and the molars, they are helpful in mashing the food and grinding it. Okay. So these are the functions of incisors, canine, premolar and molar. Okay. Now let us discuss about the temporary teeth, that is the milk teeth, as well as the permanent teeth. Now these were the permanent teeth which I had discussed right now. Now temporary teeth. What happens when an infant is born, when a child is born, does he have the teeth? No, he is not having. Actually, the teeth appear when he or she, when that infant is of the age of about 6 to 7 months. At that time, he used to have the teeth. The teeth starts appearing. Now, this teeth which appears by the month of 6 to 7 months, I should say, 6 to 7 months is called as the milk teeth. Now, what happens? This milk teeth is a temporary teeth. Why it is temporary teeth? Because it falls when that child is reaching the age of about 6 to 7 years. So when a child is reaching the age of 6 to 7 years, those teeth start to fall. So that is the reason they are known as the temporary teeth. Now these temporary teeth is then getting replaced by the permanent teeth. So this permanent teeth is what? How many teeth? How many sets of permanent teeth they are having? 32. We are having 32 sets of permanent teeth. So this is what we say, this is the permanent teeth. Okay. So milk teeth is the temporary teeth and permanent teeth is how many? 32, which appears at the age of 26-27 years, I should say. Okay. Now let us talk about tooth decay quickly. Now what happens? The small children, especially the children, they suffer from toothache, tooth problems. Why? It is because in our mouth, the mouth is having saliva, bacteria is also present in our mouth. Now these bacteria, they are not harming us. They are not harming us right now. But when we take in food, there the food particles, they remain. Sometimes the food particles, they remain in between the tooth. So what happens? These bacteria, they then act upon those food particles and then they convert it into the acid. They act on the sugar particles which are found in our mouth in between the tooth. Okay. And after acting on it, they convert it into the acid. Now this acid then dissolves the mineral which is found in our teeth. Our tooth, they are having the mineral also. So these bacteria, they secrete, they give out acid. Now this acid, they act on the mineral of the teeth and as a result the mineral is getting dissolved and due to which the cavity gets formed. This cavity is the same cavity which we see in the advertisements and all, isn't it? So this is the reason for the tooth decay. So what we should do? We should what we should do before and after having the meal, we should brush our teeth, okay, so that none of the food particles remains in our mouth. So here I finish with my lesson. Now let us now I want you all to study it very properly, and if there is any doubt, please ask me. Okay, thank you.